Hey there, happy Wednesday, everyone, and welcome back to another video. And we're going to spin the wheel. And I will say, if you're watching this on YouTube, this will be the first video that you see. So, welcome. Let's spin the wheel here. And what we're doing here is a wheel of topics. We do this every now and then, a bunch of topics from marketing on to even some personal things that are pretty neat. And, well, speaking of personal things, the topic today. Something unique about me. What's unique about me? Well, first of all, we're all unique. We're all special. We're all talented in certain ways, and we all have blessings and opportunities. I would say something unique about me as it relates to my background is I've worked, in three different areas that I don't think most people have, and that's sales and sales leadership, marketing and marketing leadership, and in politics as an elected official. And I'll focus on that because I don't talk a lot about it because I try to separate work and politics. But I think it's important to know why I did it and how it impacted me as a leader, as a people leader, as a sales leader, as a marketing leader. But yeah, so I got involved in politics when I was young. I was 15 when I started writing letters to the editor to the local newspaper in Beaufort County, North Carolina. And it was just about all kinds of things. The subjects are less relevant than the fact that it helped me become motivated to write more. And that was one thing. But the other thing was to get involved in community affairs. So I ran for office when I was quite young, learned a lot from it. It's so funny. I thought about writing a book at the time. I was around, I was 21, 22, and I thought about writing a book. And the title I remember was Running to Win, Losing to Learn. And that title sticks in my mind. I could still write that. It's actually interesting to see. I was, young and aspirational at the time. So over time, I worked on some political campaigns and we had some good successes and using the power of online marketing. In fact, in 2003, we were one of the campaign I was running. We were the first campaign to ever use banner ads on a newspaper website. It was just, you saw local businesses and so on using those banner ads, but we're like, hey, can we do that too in politics? And we kind of started that in a sense. There were very few others, if any, doing that at the time. So some innovation there. But over time, we moved to New Hampshire in 2006, 2008, bought a house, and in 2008, I ran for state representative. So I was new to New Hampshire, had that southern accent hanging on. And my parents, being from the North, they detracted from my southern accent as I was being raised. But ran for office, did not succeed, but did quite well. And then in 2009 in Manchester, New Hampshire, was elected as a selectman. And I served 2 terms. In 2010, I was elected as a state representative in Manchester in a district there and was, very humbled by that experience. I think, voters have a lot on their mind, and especially today, they have a lot on their mind. But even then, there was so many topics that I wanted to take on. And my thought was, I have my philosophies, I have my political views, and they've remained consistent overall since then. And I thought I served well. But what I didn't like about politics was the fact that even the best of us, or best of them, I would say, are easily influenced by the flavor of the day. And in that it's like which lobbyist is offering the nicest dinner. Where's the money coming from? Where are the donations coming from? And a lot of good people they succumbed to that. And it was really sad. And ended up being that my work at Verizon was more important because of the finances. As a state representative in New Hampshire, you're made $100 a year. So it wasn't a full-time, it wasn't any type of job in that sense. But I felt great serving, and I didn't run for re-election. I felt like I would have done well. I was pretty well, I wouldn't say I was well respected by all sides, but I had a base on all sides that supported a lot of the things that I did. I was one of a good handful of Republicans in New Hampshire that stood up to the loss of marriage equality. So that was very important to me, was having equality for all. And that, it kind of goes against the grain in a sense, because people don't think that's the case. And I've argued, and I will argue, that I think New Hampshire was a light towards marriage equality across the country, quite frankly, because of the stand that we took with a majority in the state house and looking at freedom and liberty for all. But I don't want to get into politics too much there, because that was a lot of impact on my life, and it kept me into sales. It led me into marketing, and I was able to use those talents there to a large extent. But you learn a lot about people and the psychology of people in that. And I think more people should get involved, whether it's in community affairs, whether it's in politics, the Chamber of Commerce, getting involved in charity, doing a lot of things there. There's a lot of opportunity in all of that people should be wanting to take part of. Would I do it again? No, probably not. I think my days are gone in politics. It's tempting sometimes. I try to express my views where appropriate and when appropriate, not on LinkedIn, not on social media in general. Sometimes not at home. Well, actually at home, yeah, we're very like-minded. But yeah, so that's something unique about me. I mean, I could say, type 1 diabetic since I was 13, but that's not unique anymore. Yeah, I think that's the unique topic for today. So if you have any questions, always let me know. I'm not going to talk politics necessarily, but it's interesting when you bridge those things. And I always talk about sales, marketing, and economics, and the importance of those bridging together in accounting, finance, which is super important, sort of a square of important topics. But knowing all those helps with politics and elections as well, because you have to be able to sell a message. You have to be able to listen to your constituents and market to them, back to them. And I listened, and I forget that point, and I know I'm really going on today because this is exciting in a sense, is, I listen to my constituents. And again, regardless of my viewpoints. Now, if it blatantly violated my viewpoints, I would, of course, oppose it gently. But if my constituents came to me with a well-rounded case for something that benefited the district, I would support it, as long as it didn't cost a lot of money or any money. But also to that point, you just listen to folks and kind of go with mix your philosophy with everything they're doing there. But as a last point, one of the things that was disappointing was when I was working for Verizon. It wasn't disappointing related to Verizon at all. Was there were some issues that came up when it came to cell towers, when it came to telecommunications, and I had to recuse myself from those votes. While others who worked directly in the line of work in which there was legislation didn't bat an eye. They would vote on it and people wouldn't think a thing of it. People were looking at me like anytime a vote would come up, I'd be walking up to the well to the House clerk to, hey, I can't vote on this. That's integrity, folks. That's integrity. And there's a lot of that missing. There's very few people in politics with integrity, very few. And it sucks. It outright sucks. And you might think that the politician you love has integrity, but I question that. There's a lot of people that play that integrity card that don't. Am I perfect? God, no. Have I done anything wrong in my life? Heck yeah. Do I own it? Heck yeah. But I don't hide from those things either. So let's wrap up with that. I want to wrap up on a positive note. Get involved. Don't be afraid of politics. Don't bring it into work. Keep it out of work. Motivate people around you to be well-rounded, engaged, spiritual in their own way, and just be good. Be a good human. That's what I like to say. Be a good human, and the world will come around. Thank you.